Hello there, Neil White, the musician, humanitarian, asked me to make a video showing how to tune a mandolin, and he also has a question about the guitar too, so we'll start with the guitar. Now the easiest way is to grab yourself one of these tuners that snap on the end of your instrument, and just do that. So I think this is a mirror image, but so this is a little high, and then you just adjust it till it's in the center, and you get that nice green light in the center. The lowest string, the thickest string on a guitar at the top is an E. The next one's an A. That one's a little. Then we have D. Next up is G. B. And the bottom string, or the thinnest string, is also an E. It's a high E. Now, if you don't have one of these tuners, something that you might want to do is go to a piano to find the right tone. So the piano, that's middle C. Count up to, that's E, but the E that you want to start with, the bass string, is the first E below middle C. So if you get that, you got a point to start with. Then you take your guitar, once you've got a good E, and if you don't have a piano or anything, there's tones on the internet, but if you can't find a good E, just start with something that you like the sounds of if you think it's close. And then to tune the rest of the strings, once you've got the E, you count down 5 frets from the nut up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you press down on that, the string below it should sound the same. So E to A is the 5th fret. From A to D is the 5th fret. You can hear they sound the same. I'm just going to take the G string off a little. Okay, that's a little different, so pretty close. Okay, so that sounds the same. Now when you get to the G string, it's not the same pattern of 5 to open. You have to move down to the 4th fret. And that's how you go from the G to the B. If you stayed in the 5th fret, it doesn't sound right. It's a half semitone different. Or it just sounds off. You can see when you get to the 4th that it sounds the same. And then from the B to the E, back on the bottom, you're back in the 5th fret. So those all sound. That's how you would tune it if you didn't have a tuner. So from the top down, it's E, A, D, G, B, and E. Okay, on the mandolin, a bass guitar is strung the same as a guitar, or tuned the same as a guitar, most of them, and the most common bass guitar has 4 strings. And all it is, and it has thicker strings than guitar, but on a bass guitar, you just lose the high 2 strings. So it would just be like going down from the top of your regular guitar. It would be E, A, D, G. Now a mandolin has a much higher sound, and it's just like a bass guitar turned upside down. So the highest string, the one near the bottom, it's an E. The next 2 strings up, they're A. And the next 2 strings up are, bottom strings D. Yeah, the next one's A. Next one's D. and then the bottom one's G. Or the top one, the lowest note, is G. So I'm going to put my grab that tuner and put it on here. So in each case, this one goes thick to thin from top to bottom too. There's 4 pairs of strings. Each pair is tuned the same. So this bottom one is an E, or this bottom one is a G. So there, that's registering a little bit better. I want this one to sound the same as the one, exactly the same as the one above it, without touching anything. Then the next one is the D string. Those are both a little flat. Flat means it's not high enough, and sharp means that it's too high. And the A. And the E. So, from the top, the thickest string down, start with G, then it goes D, then it goes A, then it goes E. It's just like a bass guitar or a guitar turned upside down without the 2 high strings. So, on the guitar we said that if we went from the 5th fret, it would sound the same below. It doesn't sound the same on this one. On the mandolin, and it's the same all the way down, start on the 7th fret, and you press that down, and the string below, or the 2 strings below, should sound the same. And I'm covering both strings with my finger here. You can see that sounds the same. That sounds the same. That sounds the same. So, happy playing. Once again, it's E, or G, D, A, E. Or from the bottom up, E, A, D, G. Hope that helps.